TikToker La Nicholette reported kidnapped in Culiacan, Sinaloa. The influencer La Nicholette was allegedly abducted in the Isla Musala neighborhood of Culiacan. Local media in Culiacan, Sinaloa are reporting the kidnapping of Nicole Pardo Molina, aka La Nicholette, a famous influencer in the area, who was abducted by at least 3 armed men who intercepted her while she was in Isla Musala. They indicate that 911 received an emergency call at approximately 3:55 p.m. reporting that a young woman had been kidnapped. Shortly afterwards, she was identified as Nicole N., better known as La Nicholette, on social media. La Nicholette was kidnapped in Culiacan. Investigations indicate that at least 3 armed men arrived in a stolen Nissan Versa and threatened the TikToker, forcing her into the car before driving away in an unknown direction. Officers from the Attorney General's Office Investigative Police began the corresponding investigations and secured the scene of the crime. It is noteworthy that the influencer's Cybertruck was left abandoned in the same plaza. Who is La Nicholette? She's a 25-year-old woman who has gone viral in the state of Sinaloa, where she has posted many videos driving her distinctive purple Cybertruck. Through her public life on social media, it is known that she is from El Salado in Culiacan and that she owns a boutique in Isla Musala. The woman has more than 100,000 followers on TikTok and 161,000 on Instagram. That has to have gone through the roof. Social media platforms where videos of her and her truck can be seen, often collaborating with other influencers.
Tiene para arriba. Este güey.
¿Y ese qué?
Es el mismo.
¿Pero han enfocado eso qué?
Se trae su rifle, ¿no?
Now, this was the first video that I saw of it. There was a couple things that were strange to me, but strange things happen when people are terrified. Those things they'll stand out to me first, and then I'll deduct from there. And I thought there was a couple of weird things. When they pulled up like that, like they was in GTA, and again, she's a girl, you know? They don't really pick up on the situational awareness. And then I was like, wait, she pushed the door and put her hand, like she waved them down, like, what is that gonna do? And then she's talking here, and she let up, and she acted like she's getting back in her truck. And then he comes out with a big giant hammer, because, you know, he needs something that big to go get her. And now they're pulling and pushing. Now here's my question with this camera too. Like, camera's mounted right there, perfect angle. It's pretty fucking amazing. Couldn't ask for nothing better if indeed it was a PR move, which was a thought of mine. Like a kingpin is saying. I even told Velez, I said, something might not be right about that, but we'll take a look. But now there's pulling and tugging, and they get her in the car. They could barely fit in the car with that AK and themselves and the 15 guys they got inside there. Teslas have cameras on the side though, okay. Shit looks scripted. Sometimes it looks like that. An image of her at her best and an image of the Cybertruck, the purple Cybertruck. I thought about that and I was like, it's quite possible she got snatched. Quite possible, because these kids are desperate. It's a publicity stunt. During this time that these articles are dropping, I see people's theories. You know, it was the Maísa, it was the Chapiza, because of the Maísa and all this shit. And it made me think of the Alan Zamudio situation. For those that don't know, Alan Zamudio was Panu's nephew by marriage, and supposedly he was greenlit and killed on order of the Chapitos. His mother put out a message and said that, you know, her son had more loyalty than Panu did. For those that don't know, Panu was recently sent to the upper room.
The upper room.
And some journalists say, they connect the Chapitos to it. The reason they did that to Alan Zamudio supposedly was that his father had a loyalty or I don't know what kind of relationship it was, or maybe he was just wearing the shirt or whatever. He was a sympathizer for the other side. And they did that because of that. And that's what I thought about when I saw this. I said maybe she's got a relative or she's this, that, whatever. Boom. The Alba Protocol. The Alba Protocol has been activated to locate influencer Nicole Pardo Molina. What is that, like a Amber Alert? The Attorney General's Office of the State of Sinaloa has activated the Alba Protocol to locate Nicole Pardo Molina, a 20-year-old woman who was reported missing on January 20th, 2026 in the city of Culiacan. She's an influencer, has 100,000 followers. According to the missing person report, the date of the incident and the report are the same, and it indicates that the young woman was last seen at a residence located in the Isla Musala neighborhood. To date, there's no information about her whereabouts. Nicole is of Mexican nationality, is 1.62 meters tall, has fair skin, a medium build, and long, straight, light brown hair. She has large, light brown eyes with thin eyebrows, a small nose, a medium-sized mouth, and lips. She has no distinguishing marks. At the time of her disappearance, she was wearing a purple blouse, black pants, black sandals, and a black bow in her hair, according to the official report released by the investigating authority. The FGE stated that the young woman's safety may be at risk, as there's a possibility that she may have been a victim of a crime. Well, no shit. I guess they hadn't seen the tape by then. They're just getting the report. Therefore, they are requesting the public's cooperation in providing any information that may locate her. Again, as these articles are dropping and these new videos are dropping, I am seeing different stories of people saying, nah, she was in on the game. And that changes things. At the same time, we were asking each other in the Discord, do we think she's going to make it? And then this video dropped. All right, people were wondering if this video was AI. That's where we're at in the world, right? They started playing in the background the videos of her shooting off machine guns and shit. Now I'm going to go to the translation because none of these images mean nothing without that, right? But this video came out. She's saying what people usually say before they end up in the ditch that they just dug. We know every time that somebody's met their end, they make them do a confession where they denounce who they were working for and talk about how they didn't get nothing from them, nothing they were promised. It's always the same script. Hello, I'm here reading this message to make something clear. I am not here because I'm a saint or by chance. I'm here because I work with Maito Flaco's mob, the Mayozetas. Isn't that an insult to call them that? So they're, if she did work for them, as you can see who wrote the speech. They gave me money to pay the state patrols with these numbers: 028, 025, 509, 5001, and 004. I also helped them collect money from product sales and stores that they extorted here in Culiacan. You know very well that I always helped you move bullets, weapons, and money. I always helped you. I was shown a long list of women you have murdered, beaten, raped, and immolated. I also want to tell you not to deceive people like you deceived me, saying that the capital is yours and that there are no longer any operatives from Los Chapos around. You don't know what I've seen here. Nor do you know where they have me. What you told me has nothing to do with what you post on WhatsApp groups and social media. You and all your allies and the state police together haven't been able to win this war. Take a look at where you have me. What you've done with your war and lies will only lead to more killings and kidnappings of innocent women. Please find the whereabouts of the minor named Devani Gustavo Hernandez Valdez, who was kidnapped on July 21st, 2025 in the Cuatro de Marzo neighborhood. So that's what she said. So after I saw that, I was almost for certain, all right, this is no longer a publicity stunt or even the possibility that it could be one. When I saw that, I said, oh, she's done for. It's a wrap.
The upper room.
Your services are no longer needed in the community.
Who the bomber clot?
And then, after several days without information, authorities in Sinaloa confirmed that the influencer has been found alive. Authorities in the state of Sinaloa confirmed this Saturday the safe recovery of Nicole Pardo Molina, an influencer known as La Nicholette. The information was released by the Sinaloa Attorney General's office after video circulated on social media in which the young woman made statements that caused concern and reignited public interest in the case. How? That shit was like 24 hours apart. The news cycle moved that quick that they was forgetting about her already, and the video kicked that shit back up. I don't know. I've been seeing plenty, but we locked in. The Discord be popping with information coming off the internet. In the video widely shared on digital platforms, the influencer claims that she was not in that location by chance and refers to alleged ties to a criminal group, which provoked various reactions and speculation amongst users. And you got a side, man. You got a problem. When you got an allegiance like that, you got a problem. Towards the end of the video, the young woman makes a public appeal to locate Devani Gustavo Hernandez Valdez, a minor who, according to the testimony, was allegedly kidnapped on July 21st, 2025 in the Cuatro de Marzo neighborhood in Culiacan. How did La Nicolette's disappearance occur? It was reported on Tuesday the 20th. She was intercepted at a shopping center located in Isla Musala area north of the Sinaloa capital. According to initial reports from the state authorities, the incident was classified as an illegal deprivation of liberty, and the corresponding search and investigation protocols were activated. What did the cameras in her truck capture? The perfect frame. Any other camera would have probably shit the bed in that scenario. And got everything cut off, nobody see nothing. It was like she had that shit framed up. The images show several armed men getting out of a white vehicle, struggling with the young woman, and then forcing her into another car that had been reported stolen while her truck remained running at the scene. What have the Sinaloa authorities reported? That the vehicles allegedly used in the incident were located, which allowed them to advance their investigation. Yeah, whatever. All right, we got another confession from another person that is in the same position I thought she was. The interrogation of Jesus Arturo Felix Uribe. Following the miraculous release of Nicole Pardo Molina, aka La Nicholette, a new video has just surfaced online. For this broadcast, an individual by the name of Jesus Arturo Felix Uribe confesses to his involvement in the Mexican drug trade. He also confirms two of the same patrol vehicles by number that La Nicholette mentioned under questioning. La Nicholette was very fortunate to have escaped her harrowing ordeal. However, some of what Arturo Felix says here pretty much reaffirms that she's involved in the trade as well. That appearance she made at a church after being liberated, which I haven't seen, which we will watch, is nothing more than a show filled with feigned tears. As always, everyone remembers God when the world is closing in on them. I agree. My name is Jesus Arturo Felix Uribe. The Mayos mob brainwashed me into thinking that we were going to win Culiacan. I work for Vadir, a.k.a. El Imperativo. He's a compadre of Güero Reina. I would move money for him in order to pay the state policemen and National Guardsmen. Those patrol vehicles are 509, 004, 501, 023, and for the National Guardsmen, so they're putting these people on blast by number. She did it, now they're doing it. Guys, don't bother listening to what all is being said on social media groups. Pay attention to my warning because the Chapiza mob is in charge here. The same thing that's about to happen to me will also be your fate. Don't bother getting involved in just working honest living. Hey, I agree with that. Listen, if she's in the game, then I can say that's the game, Nana. That you got yourself involved in some shit that you didn't know nothing about.
That you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
So this is, I guess, the video of old girl after her release. They said she up there doing all that crying, but she was with the shits. She was walking around that motherfucker talking about.
This is Sparta!
But in there, she's crying and shit. No, some abuelita should come out from the front row with a chancleta and say, pues no te metes, right? You want to run the street with them dudes, you want to do that shit, you want to transfer money, you want to transfer hammers, information. What you doing up here crying for? You know what would happen if she went straight to jail. You go to jail, she turned into a hummingbird. Start singing. She need to stay her ass and mind her business. Why they let her go? That guy that we just heard say all that shit, he ended up in the ditch face down. Yeah, here's the thing, Zach. There was real life consequences for people supposedly involved in this. It's always a publicity stunt when they got somebody kneeling down and it's a video, because they're going to make them say what they want them to say. They say, listen, we can fillet you piece by piece with a paring knife for the next however many hours, or we can put a slug in you and end this quickly. You're going to say what we want you to say. You're going to say, they treated me like shit, they paid me nothing, they said they're winning when they're losing, and you're going to snitch on things that they did. This is the modus operandi for these videos. They rarely ever change. It's the same formula all the time. So in that aspect, it's always publicity stuff when it comes to that. But this is real life shit. But why did she make it through? What was it? A tap on the head? Tate quieto? She out here crying at church. She got to go to church. But there's videos of her with the AK. She's wilding and shit.
Tango el gato, los pantalones.
They like playing with these fucking gangsters and I'm living the life and I got the money, I got the purple. Deto. Next thing you know, you wearing a muumuu in church crying and shit with a bun. Tú te metiste. Is she U.S. born, Zoraida? That blue passport might have been what saved her from the upper room. Vamos a ver. Nicole Pardo Molina. She's from Phoenix. Yeah, that blue passport might have been it, Velez. Might have been it. America. Fuck yeah.
This is America.
So if she goes and they're going to blow that shit out the water. If she runs around with this sobbing, crying shit, she goes all over the place. And she's out here, what's the word? Selling the sob story. Oh, I'm the American girl that got snatched by the cartel shit. They're just going to pull up the numbers. Where you get this money? Where you get that? How'd you do this? She lucky that passport saved her ass. Indeed it did. It didn't save dude. Dude didn't have no rescue. Nobody coming for him. Shout out 509 on the check-in. Salutes to you. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. So there it is, man. That's our coverage of the Nicole Pardo story thus far. We'll see how she moves on from here. If this becomes her, if she's on everybody's interviewing her about this, that, or the other, and she's up there. It was horrible. They kept playing my TikTok videos over and over and over. It was torture. They just played me shooting off the guns in the sky over and over and over. I had to watch my mindless content and realize that I might have fucked up.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Yeah, no passport for him. Lo cago. Lo cago.
Yo vivo tranquila con la pena.
Yeah, we'll see. That's the word. We'll see how she keeps spinning it. We'll see if she's the new spokesperson used for her story. They make a movie and all that bullshit. Meanwhile, she picking sides. She's talking crazy. Wildin'.